I've been talking about the need to make some short videos that go through specific things, and actually Jens Feder, who used to work with me way back in Xerox days around 1980, just had his birthday, and I posted this on the Cozy site. It occurs to me that it's a good thing to simply go and dissect. And so I'm picking this up, coming over here to Cozy, which I've got running the distribution copy. And let me copy this in here. Let me do this all one item at a time. Jens's birthday today. He used his birthday, 1659, as a tie number for it filed ties back then. So one of the convenient things in Forth is because it just, read a word does it. If I put a comment symbol in, okay, S colon makes a S quote makes takes that as a string, as you can see up here. Let me move the quote. Let me split this out. So this is just this integer string. Okay. Let me recombine it, and then apply cut to those. Put a comment symbol in here. And you'll see that made a list of, well, it cut the 1659 at the 0th spot, picked up the first thing, then it split it here in the 1 position, then it split it here in the 2 position, so it split out the day, the month, and the year. So that's where we are here. Now let me do this little piece here. Tick, I'm finding very useful. That makes, those are strings. Those are not numbers. Those are strings. And tick makes a string out of the following word, up to the next blank, non-blank string of characters. So there you have the 3 strings. I don't want to get into trying to show multiple things sitting on the stack. I don't think you'll see the things flashing by here because it's they're all sort of complete sentences. But having here, at this point I've made this list of those. I've split this into that list of numbers. Now I've got the 0, 0, and 1, 9. I'm swapping that, so I'm reordering them, and then this is where you get a real APL-ish sort of a thing. This is a dyadic each, so it takes each one of those. It takes the first one, and CL is catenate, and if it's the same type of object, it will catenate them as strings. It'll keep simple strings, for instance. So when I execute that, I get that 0, 1, those are strings, 0, 1, and the 1994, or 1959. And then reverse is straightforward. It reverses that list, and then comma across goes and catenates. It catenates across. It sticks all of those together. Very APL-ish thing again. And there we have the answer, which is shown. Now, R0 always contains the result of the last thing done. And eval, I will show this. Now I've been hitting F6, which executes things expecting a cozy object. If I hit Shift F6, it leaves the result on the stack. So I'm actually here on this eval, I'm hitting Shift F6, and it's putting that number, which you see down here on the stack, in hex. It's let me go into, that's a raw number. Normally you'd have some address of a fourth object, but to turn that raw number into a cozy one item list, integer list, underline I will do that. So actually now, with that on the stack, I'm hitting F6, and it shows what that is. It turned it into an integer. What's going on here, when I do that, I also have this integer, which is today's date, and both of those are raw integers sitting on the stack. At this point, that's created a raw integer. This is a raw integer. This 2 underline I, because it's so common to have two objects, this takes and turns both of those top 2 items on the stack into cozy integers. And then the daysdif is, well, yeah, sure, what the heck. Just so you can see the upper thing, there are a bunch of raw versions of this, but whoops. Let me whoops. Let's colon question mark question mark. This is where it gets defined, and it's sort of defined with a bunch of other words and so forth. But here's the total definition of it, but won't go into it, but it just wanted to show you how to get help on a word. In any case, when I execute, oops, I better execute this because R0 needs to be that. Execute that, and I get the number of days difference between these 2 items. So let me hit a timestamp to save everything, and this is now in the distribution copy of Cozy. Bye.